ready to spring into action. That's a very unorthodox beginning. I haven't seen that from him before. Takes a kick to the leg and a right hand from the Chinese fighter.
Martin Nguyen knows he has the advantage here on the ground, but Lee Kai-Wen has been working so hard. Nice little stuff there. Martin Nguyen went in for the takedown. Big belly to back suplex there by Lee Kai-Wen as he spins, but gives up his back there as he attempts the back elbow.
It's a very fast-paced start from Lee.
Grab the fingers, grab the gloves.
Yeah, Lee Kai-Wen's got big takedowns. He likes those suplexes. Little exchange, little show of respect there.
Big bolo right hand, overhand right, like a fast bowler from his home country of Australia. Tried it again. That right hand comes from a way back and he delivers it quickly, just as Lee was coming in. Be wary of that next time he jumps into the attack.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, caught him well.
Shot.
Started off with a knee. The punches came in and then he goes for the takedown, but Nguyen defends it well.
Ooh, what a furious exchange by Lee Kai-Wen.
Oh,
it all
what an
started
uppercut from Nguyen.
as he landed
Superb
that
single punch.
big body kick, but Nguyen answers right back with a right hand of his own.
And the uppercut again. What a rocking blow that is. The right hand from Nguyen, this time as the counter. And that is the fearsome weapon for the Australian. No question so far. Oh.
Both these fighters have been saying all week how they want to apply pressure and just come forward, and they're both just slamming into each other.
And Nguyen goes down. Tremendous punch from the Chinese man. They are so well matched, these two. What an entertaining brawl.
What a chin on Martin Nguyen
Yes.
to take that shot.
Second time he's shown a great deal of resilience to these hard punches.
That punch echoed around the stadium as Lee Kai-Wen attempts to go for a Kimura, possibly. He's got kind of a chicken wing there. Just kind of soften him up, Nguyen, with the big body shots there, just thumping on Lee Kai-Wen's body. Yeah, he can use this time now to just recover. If he was hurt from that big punch by Lee Kai-Wen, Nguyen can just sort of gain his composure and just recover fully if he is hurt.
Lee is bleeding from the nose, no doubt from some of the tremendous punching exchanges that these two have got themselves involved in.
Yeah, I think it was that first uppercut, Steve.
Yeah, will often do damage to a nose and uppercut.
Both these fighters are showing a huge heart and big chin to take shots like that.
We've seen some tremendous punching. Two super uppercuts from Nguyen and a sparkling left hook from Lee. Will they be taking a breather on the deck here, Mitch, or is this just as hard work, only slightly different?
Man, after that shot.
Oh, the kick to the head. Technical ground kick, number 2 comes in. Number 3. Oh, and the left hand there.
Big left hand.
Clean, and another one. And Lee's in trouble.
Oh, now he's jumping all over it. Looks like the break is over and the rear naked choke is sunk in. He doesn't have the hooks in, so the leverage isn't there, but he can still finish from this. He chooses to let it go and just kind of control the back. He's got to work on that position before he attempts the submission. That is an amazing 4 minutes of action here.
The good news is there's still 50 seconds to go in this round if it goes that far, and we've got 2 5-minute rounds after this. It's a great contest.
You can see now he's got one hook in and he's just choosing to do damage as he slides that second hook in. Now he's in a really good position to unload.
6 right-hand punches in a row coming through. Nguyen on top, literally.
Flattened out, and Nguyen is unloading on him.
Olivier Coste is looking closely.
Lee Kai-Wen has got to move. He's got
The punches came in unanswered. Martin Nguyen extends his record to 6-1, 3-1 in the One Championship cage. And Lee Kai-Wen, who's impressed us so well, finds himself on the losing end in this organization for the very first time. What a fight and what a win. Lee Kai went with the takedown there, but we saw some tremendous punches. Rich Franklin is alongside me as Mitch Chilson goes into the cage to get an interview with our winner. That was entertaining stuff, Rich.
Well, you know what? I'm so glad that that didn't go to the round break, because I didn't want to have to actually score that. I mean, like, Lee Kai Nguyen took control early, did a bunch of damage, and then, you know, Martin just comes back after he gets dropped and then just does a tremendous amount of damage on the ground, with especially that right hand that landed at the end. And I just, once he sunk in that sub, I'm like, if he doesn't get this, it's a near submission, and it's basically a dead even fight at this point in time.
So you're off the hook judging-wise. That's great news. But this is mixed martial arts in the true sense of the phrase. I mean, we saw takedowns, kicking, punching, tremendous stuff. Here's Anthony with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Olivier Coste calls a halt to this battle at 4 minutes, 44 seconds of round number 1. For your winner, via referee stoppage due to strikes, Martin Nguyen!
A very distinct possibility of a title challenge sometime in 2017 for the winner. Big prize on offer. Some might say a whopper.
Both fighters want nothing more than to get back to that title shot. And that was a Burger King reference there from Steve Dawson. But we're seeing a nice relaxed style from Yokota. His nickname is Hage Haya, which means fast baldy.
Which is fantastic, isn't it?
By
It's a great nickname.
Teammates. But we could have a battle of the best nicknames here between the Situ-Asian Martin Nguyen and Fast Baldy.
I've got to give it to Fast Baldy, I'm afraid. But Nguyen has an awful lot to offer above and beyond nicknames here. In comes that flying teep kick from Yokota. And Nguyen was alert enough to back away from that and the follow-up punches. You can see he's cocking that right leg, Yokota, all the time, just looking to do something with it.
Nguyen has told me that he wants to be a little bit more patient in this fight. He kind of lets emotions take over, and he rushes in, and he makes a little bit of mistakes sometimes. So he wants to be a little more patient, and he really wants to be relaxed and composed in at least the first round of this fight.
Just as Yokota came in, Nguyen's overhand right looked to land. Caught quite a bit of glove, I think. That's how focused he is and how sharp the 27-year-old is.
We saw some of previous Nguyen's fights. He's got a big overhand right, and you can see the way Yokota is kind of inching his chin out there. He's not really keeping his chin tucked, and he just got caught right there by a right hand. So he's got to keep that chin a little bit down, because Nguyen's got a powerful right hand.
He's throwing it, he's faking it. It's going to be the dominant weapon in these early moments anyway. There it is again, countering the left jab. It came over the top of the jab. And Yokota will have had a good view of that already. Let's see what he's going to do about it. The way Nguyen beat Christian Lee, who had such a lot of attention, and deservedly so, it was something of a destruction. And really raised his profile at the back end of a very, very substantial 14 months for this Australian fighter, the Situ-Asian.
Action! You can see how composed and relaxed Yokota is. He's threatening that foot. He's really kind of lifting that back leg up to sort of threaten that rear leg push kick.
That overhand right is genuinely overhand, isn't it? The elbow is actually higher than the glove when it lands.
Yeah, Martin Nguyen throws a beautiful right hand, like he's throwing a baseball almost with that right hand. But and the way Yokota's got his hands down and his chin out, that's like, it plays perfectly into that weapon of Nguyen's. Lots of feints, though, coming from Yokota.
Yeah, there are a lot.
So as you can see, it's kind of affected Martin. Like, he doesn't really know exactly what's coming from Yokota.
He wants that right leg, doesn't he? Oh, there's a big overhand right counter punch. And he's certainly hurt, and Olivier Coste jumps in, and Martin Nguyen has done it again. And this is another enormous scalp for the Australian. And it can't be very long before we see him in a rematch with with Marat Gafarov, taking the plaudits of the fans. What a performance, and fair to say, Mitch, that when it came, we were all a little bit stunned.
I wasn't stunned at all, Steve, because that was actually, I couldn't have scripted it better. The way Yokota had his chin out, his hands down, Martin was stepping it in, he landed it twice before. He set it up perfectly to connect with a big right hand, drop Yokota, and then jumped all over him. Here it is again.
Oh!
Boom! You see Yokota drop the hands, and then Martin Nguyen just swarms all over him, and Olivier Coste jumps in to save the day. Beautiful technique from Martin Nguyen.
Wasn't quite the overhand that we spoke of before. It had that little bit of a hook to it from the side, didn't it? But absolutely perfectly executed. And Martin Nguyen goes from strength to strength to strength to strength. 14 months, 4 big wins. What an upturn in his career. Here's Dom Lau with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Olivier Coste, has put a stop to this fight after 3 minutes and 36 seconds in the first round. For your winner, by way of referee stoppage due to strikes, Martin Nguyen!
Look for the opportunities to exploit Gafarov when Gafarov wants to try and stamp his authority and leaves himself open, particularly to that overhand right.
He landed it early, Michael snuck it in. Gafarov looked at him, shook his head, and said, let's go.
Nguyen's corner believe that when Gafarov gets hit, he'll become frustrated. Oh, big right hand there from Gafarov and stuns Nguyen, and Nguyen ties him up. Gafarov trying to get him on the canvas. That's where he'll go to try and take Nguyen's back.
Immediately, Gafarov lands sort of an uppercut hook on that right side, sneaks it in, now has the body clinch. Let's see if Martin Nguyen can defend the takedown. Oh, but he muscles his way in. Oh no, Nguyen gives up his back, the body lock is on.
No, the figure 4 body lock, this is the beginning of the end, usually for opponents of Gafarov. Is it going to be the undoing of Martin Nguyen once again? Gafarov going for the rear naked. The figure 4 body lock is locked on. The body triangle. It'll suck the air out of Nguyen. It'll make it hard to breathe for the Australian.
Oh, what a big victory for Nguyen.
I can't believe he escaped it, Mitch. I've never seen that happen before.
He was right. He said it wouldn't happen, and he defends and gets back up to his feet.
Martin Nguyen, true to his word. He said Gafarov wouldn't be able to tap him out, even if he had his back tonight.
Oh, what does that do to the mindset of Gafarov? Nobody's gotten out of that. Nobody's been able to get away from the possible rear naked choke, and Nguyen takes him down.
Yeah, it's a good question to ask, Mitch. Is there a dent in the psyche now of the champion, Marat Gafarov? And Nguyen's confidence is going to be oozing after escaping from something that nobody's escaped from a figure 4 body triangle rear naked choke attempt from Marat Gafarov.
Gafarov's breathing kind of heavy. He needs to settle down, relax, realize that's what happens at this highest level of martial arts.
Remember, Gafarov guaranteed the rear naked choke again. He guaranteed it in the first round. He said, sign the pink slips, sign the ownership papers. It's going to happen again. Nguyen showing patience now. Left hand from the Australian. The Aussie threaded it well, picking his shots.
Gafarov lands a left hand of his own.
Beautiful. Right hand over the top there from Martin Nguyen.
That overhand is landing over and over again on Gafarov. He attacks the lower part of the leg. I like that attack.
Gafarov not flailing in wildly. Good sticky jab once more from Nguyen. Gafarov throws up a front kick, a little lazy on the execution, however. Nguyen with the overhand right, he curls that overhand right with power, like Mitchell Stark bowling pace for the Australian cricket team. Roundhouse kick there from Gafarov. Gafarov hopes for a takedown, puts Nguyen on his back, but Nguyen locks up the head, locks up the neck. What can Martin Nguyen do from here?
He's got an arm in guillotine, but it's tough to finish the BJJ black belt Gafarov.
Gafarov Gafurov will want to try and posture up. He wants to try and pass to the side of the body. Goes to half guard, goes to side control. Knee from Gafurov.
Nice. Nguyen's, very good by Nguyen to get back into half guard. Gafurov had side control. He's gonna try to lace that leg through. Get up on top, but good ground skills shown by Nguyen.
What an amazing matchup we're seeing in the first round here. Set for 5, a brilliant contest for the World Featherweight Championship.
We're 1 minute away from one streak being ended. Martin Nguyen's 4 first-round finishes, but we still got 4 more rounds to see Gafurov's streak extended.
Gafurov, former world pancration champion. Pancration as a sport dates to ancient Greece. And there's a knee to the jaw from Gafurov. Now to side control. Very aggressive knee on belly position for the Russian.
Cuts through that guard like a hot knife through butter. Tries to go knee on belly. He wants Nguyen to turn. He wants him to give it up. Oh, and he gets away again.
Nguyen does his finest Houdini impersonation and escapes from Marat Gafurov. Nguyen glances towards Fari Salievsky in his corner, gives him a nod, says, "I'm okay, boss."
Look at the grind from Gafurov to drag the fight back down to the ground. Tries to lock up the legs. Oh, he delivers a knee on the exit.
Nguyen does a quick count of his teeth after the knee, and that's how the first round ends. And what an amazing opening round to the Featherweight Championship of the World.
Nice change of stances there from Nguyen to give Gafurov a different look. There he is throwing that big right hook, but Gafurov slid out the way, threw a counter of his own, dropped Nguyen, but here was the escapes from the rear naked choke to save Nguyen and continue the fight. There's a nice little exchange there. Gafurov marching forward, throwing the heavy hands. Rich Franklin, how did you score that exciting first round?
Well, the graphic here shows you the score I have on the ground control. I have Gafurov ahead on the ground because he was landing the takedowns, and every time they ended up in a position, they were able to scramble, but still Gafurov was taking his back, attacking with chokes, landing strikes. I also have him slightly edging out the striking superiority category because he dropped Nguyen one time, rocked him a couple more times, although the edge in the striking superiority category is much lower. This is still a very close fight.
Second round set for 5 in front of a sellout crowd inside Stadium Negara in One Championship Kuala Lumpur, quest for greatness. Wherever you're watching in 128 countries around the world, you've got to be on the edge of your seat. And One Championship needed to have only sold the edge of the seats here inside of Stadium Negara because everyone is on the edge of their seats. Southpaw to orthodox, switching stance for Martin Nguyen. Gafurov fires a roundhouse kick. Nguyen catches it on the forearm. Switching stance again, the Australian-Vietnamese martial artist.
Gafurov pushing forward. He likes to throw big, flashy kicks because he's not scared to go to the ground, but that's exactly what he wants. He wants to take this fight to the ground, control and dominate his opponents.
Gafurov does a great job of curling these knees to the orbital. Looks to take the back here at Martin Nguyen. He's going to try and climb him and slap a rear naked choke that way. To no avail, Nguyen defends again. And now the corking knees from the Aussie.
True to his word so far, his defense in the grappling area has been stellar against that rear naked choke, Michael.
Nguyen shrugs him off. The chin a little high here on Gafurov. Now he puts the hands up. Can Nguyen capitalize? Maybe the jab to the overhand right. It's a bread and butter combination for the Aussie. And there it is! Ah, the big garbage! It's good night! Irene! Martin Nguyen shocks the world! Martin Nguyen shocks the world! Martin Nguyen shocks the world! He's the One Champion! My word! It's the biggest upset we've seen! The unstoppable has been stopped, and Gafurov walks out of the cage, walks straight out of the cage. Gafurov doesn't know where he is. Gafurov doesn't know where he is, and Martin Nguyen is in ecstasy. Martin Nguyen just shocked the world.
Michael Cervello, you called it. Jab to the overhand right, puts Gafurov away, and we have a new featherweight world champion. Gafarov stormed out. He's sitting on the edge of the cage right now, but you can very clearly see that overhand right put him to sleep, and he was out.
Martin Nguyen said he'd shock the world. He said, nobody believes me, but believe me, it's gonna happen. I'll pick him apart with the jab. I'll thread the overhand right. That's exactly what he did to win the championship here tonight. History in the making. The belt goes back to Sydney. It belongs to Martin Nguyen, to Australia, and to Vietnam. Just phenomenal scenes inside Stadium Nagara. For all of our TV audience watching in Vietnam on HTV, you've got to be going crazy. You've got to be celebrating in your living room or in the bar, wherever you're watching. Rich Franklin with our one championship ring girls. We're all blown away here by what we've seen. No one has come close to beating Gafarov, and Nguyen absolutely knocked him onto the astral plane.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this fight after 1 minute and 27 seconds in the second round for your winner by way of knockout and new one featherweight world champion, Martin Nguyen.
Set for 5 rounds.
You can see the size difference of these two. You definitely know that Martin Nguyen is a featherweight, while the landslide is a very big lightweight.
The size of the traps and Falayan. They should have their own postal code. And look out for Martin Nguyen to set the jab overhand right. It was the undoing of Marat Gafarov. Probing jabs here from the Aussie. Looking for a cutting side kick from Falayan. How difficult will it be for Nguyen to take someone this much larger than him down to the canvas?
You've got to wonder, will his power carry over at a bigger division? Will he still have the same impact from that hand grenade of a right hand that he's so used to throwing? He relied on it in every single one of his matches so far, but is it his only weapon? I can't wait to see him unveil new dimensions in his game.
And how will Nguyen handle the power of Edward Falayan? If Falayan touches him with that right hand, how will Nguyen stand up to it? You can bet that Nguyen's never been hit in competition by someone of the strength and size of Edward Falayan. Jab from the champ.
Falayan is just hurling those tree trunk-sized legs at Nguyen's body, attacking the legs, attacking the midsection, and eventually he's gonna go after the head.
Fari Salievsky in the corner of Nguyen, a very cerebral camp. They said they worked on speed. They know they've got the disadvantage in weight. The advantage in speed, they believe, makes up for that shortfall. And still a filling out contest with 2 minutes down in the opening round. Martin cuts off the cage. Falayan not overextending, being very cautious here. He knows the capability in the overhand right of Martin Nguyen. Cutting side kick to the lead thigh from Falayan. Nguyen cuts off the cage again, controlling the center, Falayan on the outside. Spinning back kick there from Nguyen. Oh, spinning heel kick from Falayan, and that had some muscle behind it.
Nguyen didn't really adjust his stance. He still has that probing left hand that's circling down by his hip, waiting to come out with that jab. And Martin Nguyen's known for that right hand of his where it comes over the top. You think Nguyen would like to keep his hand a little bit closer to his chin, just like he's doing right now. As Martin Nguyen approaches that boxing distance, look for Nguyen to keep his hand a little bit closer to his chin to protect that big right hand.
Nguyen gauging his distance, pulling with the left to set for the right. That's the power hand of Martin Nguyen. Big slinging outside leg kick from Falayan. Sellout crowd inside this massive arena, all on the edge of their seats here. and firmly behind the world's lightweight champion, Edward Folayang of the Philippines. Nguyen edges forward. Folayang staying very loose, very relaxed. Fakes and feints here from Nguyen. Are you surprised by the tentative start from these two strikers here, Mitch?
Not at all, because of how dangerous each one of these athletes is. They can close the night with one big shot, so you have to be careful. You cannot jump in or expose yourself wildly and take any big risks. You've got to be calculated. This is the biggest championship match we've ever had.
Have a look at this, Nguyen dropping his hands, offering his chin, turning back into the midsection from Folayang. And Nguyen fakes that overhand right, as Chilson calls it, that hand grenade. Switching stance here, Folayang. Now, Nguyen moves in for the first clinch of the contest. Folayang throws a short knee. A battle of strength now, who will prevail? Knees from Folayang, digs in the right hand. Another knee to the left waist of Nguyen. Nguyen trying to press the lightweight champion back against the fence. Look at the size of the biceps here and the deltoids on Folayang. You can really see the size difference between these two athletes now.
Folayang's arms are the same size as Nguyen's legs.
Nguyen wants the top position. This is where he wants to get that ground and pound. And you see Folayang wraps the hands around him, wants to control the posture.
This first grappling exchange is telling us a lot. You can see that Folayang went for a head and arm throw and tried to throw him.
Opening round.
Look at that, there he goes, head hunting after that high head kick. Nguyen does the same with a spinning back kick, throwing a little bit of Folayang's own medicine at him, but then Folayang answers right back with a spinning kick of his own.
Brandon Vera, we're going to get the heavyweight champion's thoughts after one round. Martin Nguyen, Edward Folayang, Brandon, really a lot of feeling out in the opening stanza. How did you analyze it?
You know, both of them had great ring control, trying to make their opponent play into their game plan. Both of them were a bit tentative, but in the first round of two high-level competitors like this, you're going to have to feel out and find your range. Second round looks to be a lot more action. They look warmed up and ready to go.
How do you have that first round?
The first round's pretty even. Neither one of them were solid shots. They both controlled the center of the ring and the outside space. Dead even first round.
Fine, fighters ready?
Faris Olinsky in the corner and Martin Nguyen looked very, very fiery. Certainly some hard instructions for the Australian. Even first round, says the heavyweight champion Brandon Vera. Of course, in one championship, our contests are scored as overall, not round by round. Turning back kick there from Folayang, looking for the sternum.
Look at the stance of Nguyen, hands down, inching forward. He's getting ready. He's getting ready. Look at him.
Jab to overhand right. It's the bread and butter combination of Martin Nguyen. Folayang has found success so far to the inside and outside lead thigh of the Aussie.
I like how he's eating up that thigh. It's going to slow Nguyen down. He's not able to step and plant off that left leg and throw that big right hand or his very powerful lead hook. He's got a wonderful left hook that he was able to really rock Christian Lee with.
Goes hunting with a jaw with the legs here, does Edward Folayang, then goes downstairs. Folayang still on the outside, Nguyen at center cage. There's the leg kick from Folayang. Little fake of the right hand there from Nguyen. Folayang turning back kick, trying to find the liver. Just got to tuck it under that 9th and 10th rib on the right side of the body of Martin Nguyen to effectively connect to the liver. Goes a little higher there, off the left leg of the champion. Well, they're both champions. Competing for Folayang's belt. Oh, the high kick from Folayang! Tries to loop the shin around the back of the neck. Double underhooks here from Martin. And just pulls him off. Folayang goes headhunting again. The power now coming through on Edward Folayang's salvos.
Nguyen seems very concerned with his hair. Beautifully timed leg kick again by Folayang.
Folayang establishing his power here in the second round. We're set for 5. first time ever in one championship history. Champion versus champion. The featherweight champion, Nguyen. Oh, the big finish! It's not Irene! Martin Nguyen shocks the world! My word, flying's out cold! My word, flying's out cold! Martin Nguyen shocks the world again! Oh my! Silence in Manila! Mouth agape silence! Nobody in this sold-out arena can believe it! Martin Nguyen, that right hand again, shocks the planet!
Caught Fournier in mid-spin with a right. Was that a right hand? Beautifully timed, right on the button. He did it again!
Mitch, I am shocked by what we just saw. The granite chin of Edward Folayak, the now former lightweight champion of the world, succumbed to that right hand of Martin Nguyen. Martin Nguyen becomes the first ever two-division champion. November 24 will be in Singapore, Ben Askren versus Shinya Aoki. But at the moment, it's just still shocked looks all around this arena. Wherever you're watching, a potential worldwide audience of over 1 billion in 128 countries, are you mouth agape staring at your television, going, what just happened? Martin Nguyen from Sydney, Australia, shocked the entire world again. Knocked out Edward Folayak with that overhand right. Folayak opened the fridge, he was out cold.
Caught him mid-spin with the hand grenade. Chavello.
Unbelievable scenes. Let's go to Dominic Lau.
To present the medal for this match, we have Andrew Lowe, Chief Revenue Officer of GoDaddy. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has put a stop to this contest after 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of knockout, the reigning one featherweight world champion and new one lightweight world champion, Martin Nguyen.
Could be in for a good old-fashioned slugfest. Nguyen training out of Hard Knocks, Onglan Sung, TL Tang in his corner tonight. Chidamba, so much strength, so much power. If he puts Martin Nguyen on his back, Chidamba's got those meat hooks, those massive anvils of fists that can rain down punches in the ground and pound.
Like how Nguyen opened up with that lower leg kick. Start the movement of Chidamba. Chidamba likes to plant that lead leg and then start throwing wide-angled shots. He doesn't really throw a lot of linear punches. He throws a lot of hooks, a lot of uppercuts, a lot of overhand rights. I like how Nguyen's immediately starting to attack that lower leg because Chidamba can't plant off that lead leg.
Look out for the overhand right of Martin Nguyen. It's the bread and butter punch. May I say bread and Vegemite punch of the Australian. He used it to win the featherweight title from the seemingly unstoppable Marat Gafarov. And then he used it to knock out Edward Folayak to win the World Lightweight Championship. Any time it threaded to the forehead of Chidamba tonight. Long-reaching jab from the champion. Chidamba, the former world champion. Swings low to Nguyen. Nguyen says he's never trained as hard as he did over in Florida with Henry Hooft and Onglan TL Tang. Front kick there from the champion. Chidamba, who's been itching, who's been waiting for this opportunity, this chance to get back into contention, to get under the tilt at the strap. He wants more around that muscular waist.
Martin's starting to touch Jadamba very slowly, very methodically. He's starting to see what's landing, what's not. But what's landing right now is that lower leg kick. He's hit him a few times in the head, and that left hand of Jadamba is slowly starting to drop. And I think Martin sees it just like I do, and he's gonna start to throw that overhand right.
Jab from Nguyen. Just seeing, as Mitch said, what Jadamba has to offer. Overhand right there from the former world champion. Drift back to center circle. Jab again from Nguyen. High kick from Nguyen.
Jadamba's also being very cautious. He's not being reckless at all. He's slowly inching forward. He's also throwing out that jab, which is not something he usually throws.
That's that roundhouse kick under the left arm of Jadamba. Jadamba just massive traps and a huge back and enormous deltoids of the Mongolian. Roundhouse kick there from Nguyen. Front kick from the Aussie. Jadamba threads the jab to the right hand. Had the power, didn't have the distance nor the timing. Nguyen being very careful, methodically selecting each strike. Not overexerting himself, not leaving himself open to a counter. He's got tremendous respect for the former world champion from Mongolia. But as Mitch said earlier, the team believes they've found a chink in the armor of Naratungala Jadamba.
You can see when Martin steps forward, he plants his left foot. That's when Jadamba is throwing his leg kicks. And you can see it when, like, the difference between the two. Martin's throwing his leg kicks and Jadamba's kind of riding them. But when Martin steps forward, that's when Jadamba's landing, and the full weight of that leg kick is impacting Martin's leg.
A beautiful Brazilian kick there from Martin Nguyen, otherwise known as a question mark kick. Fakes downstairs low, then arcs over the top to the head of the opponent. Jadamba a little tentative here, Mitch, in the first round for your liking.
That leg kick, though, that lower leg kick, it's because all the weight is on Martin's leg when he's starting to throw it. You can start to see him shuffle a little bit. I don't think Martin liked that last leg kick. Jadamba's being a little tentative, yes. He's not throwing forward, but he's picking him apart. He's throwing that jab out there. Jadamba's an experienced striker. He's had over 29 kickboxing matches against some of the greats, so he knows what he's doing in this situation.
Jadamba used to compete at the highest level in kickboxing. He was a K1 Max competitor. Took on the best of the best. Left hook there from Jadamba. Final 10 seconds. Left hook from Nguyen. Nicely done from the champion. Jadamba goes downstairs, kicks the chin. We are going to go into the second round for the featherweight championship of the world, live from Manila, the Philippines.
Interesting, they're trading low kicks. That's the only thing. There's Brooke Nguyen, Martin Nguyen's beautiful wife, sitting right behind us, I do believe. Let's take a look at some of the past action. Here's Martin baiting Jadamba in, waiting for Jadamba to come forward, and right as he did, right as Jadamba was throwing that right hand, Martin Nguyen caught him with a left hook, touched him on the forehead. But the interesting thing in that round was the leg kicks. It was the difference between the two, the placement of those leg kicks, and how the weight distributed was affecting them. Because right now, if you look at right now, they're standing, right? I don't think Martin wanted to sit and let that leg kind of settle in. Jadamba's taking a seat. That tells you a lot. It'll be interesting to watch the movement of Nguyen. That's what he's known for. That beautiful side-to-side movement that sets up that big right hand. If Jadamba keeps kicking that lead leg, it's really going to slow down the movement of Nguyen.
Second round set for 5. Great to see the hashtag championship is trending on Twitter right now. A touch glove for the second of 5. The champion Martin Nguyen, the former champion, tonight the challenger Jadamba Naratungala. Seeing what Jadamba has to offer again, Martin Nguyen. Very cerebral performance so far from the Vietnamese Aussie. Front kick from Jadamba. Roundhouse kick to the liver there from Nguyen. One of 2 Nguyen's on tonight's card. Earlier on, we saw reality TV star B. Nguyen make a successful One Championship debut, who win over Nguyen Wulan of Indonesia. Good body shot there, dipping to the belly button from Nguyen. Overhand right, the money shot of Martin Nguyen. Goes downstairs, you see.
Ooh, that one hurt Jadamba.
Jadamba's left leg is hurt. And Nguyen's going on. The big kibosh, the biggest kibosh, the hugest kibosh. It's good night, Irene. He did what he said he'd do. He knocked out Jadamba.
Wow, the lower leg kick, this time from Nguyen. Hurt Jadamba. Jadamba picked up the leg, was off balance. Martin Nguyen takes flight and KOs Jadamba again. What an incredible knockout finish to defend his belt here in Manila, Philippines. Wow.
The Australian does the unthinkable. He knocks out Narotungalo Jadamba. But look at the respect. Look at the martial arts code of honor. The integrity. Martin Nguyen gets down on his knees and pays respect to this Mongolian legend. Martin Nguyen just knocked out Jadamba. This is amazing. The left hand, the leg's softened up by now. The jab avoids the overhand right. Slams the leg again, legs in the air, boom! Smack bang to the kisser. And Jadamba was astral traveling. An amazing main event brought to you by Grab. Let's go to Tom Lapp.
To present the belt for this match, we have from Grab Regional Brand Marketing, Mr. Mark Leong, and Head of Driver Engagement from Grab Philippines, Beth Chicote. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has called a stop to this contest after 1 minute and 7 seconds in the second round for your winner by way of knockout and still one featherweight world champion, Martin
Michael Chavello, Mitch Chilson with you inside the Mall of Asia Arena in Manila, the Philippines. Watch out for the Mawashigiri roundhouse kicks of the Kyokushin karateka Matsushima. Look out for the overhand right of Martin Nguyen.
Lots of movement coming from Matsushima as he's changing stances, looking for that lead leg of Martin Nguyen. Whether it's going to be an inside leg kick or it's going to be a single leg takedown, he's going to start to hammer on that lead leg of Martin Nguyen.
Fake there from Matsushima. Quite a few Australians in the audience here in Manila tonight. Fakes again from Matsushima, switching stance between southpaw and orthodox. Nguyen goes upstairs, tries for a round kick of his own. Not beyond his comfort zone to throw the round kicks high, Martin Nguyen, but hands is where he's more proficient. And a sucker in Matsushima. Matsushima goes for the outside lead thigh. Kyokushin karate, known as the hardest form of karate. The karate style possessing the hardest roundhouse kicks. System developed by the late Soso Masayama.
See that a lot of this movement is starting to get Martin a little bit confused. He was having a hard time judging that distance, and that was a beautiful double leg takedown from Matsushima right there as he slid in. Now he's trying to control that right wrist of Martin Nguyen. I think he's going to try to shove it to the other side so he can kind of handcuff him.
Martin Nguyen very relaxed here, off of his back, pinning the wrist is Matsushima. Close guard from Nguyen, opens it up now, closes it once more, the Australian.
Nice little slap there to the side of the ear there, beating up the cauliflower.
Just a little finger in the eye. Elbows from Martin Nguyen, the champion, back to his feet, avoids the round kick. Matsushima had an opportunity. Nguyen a little too slick though, a little too evasive.
Lots of pressure coming from Matsushima right off the bat. Nguyen's like, all right, now it's my turn. I'm gonna come forward. I wanna put you on your back foot.
Matsushima throwing it overhand right. Nguyen sets his own, doesn't throw it though. Goes to the down kick there from Matsushima. Nguyen ties him up, takes him for a ride. Does Matsushima.
This is what Matsushima did to Nguyen. Just every time he started to think about the exchanges, Matsushima was all over his legs, jumping all over him, trying to shut that down. Martin Nguyen's got very good wrestling. We've seen that a lot in his past matches. He has a great sprawl, very heavy hips.
Martin Nguyen perhaps did not expect such an aggressive start from Matsushima. Matsushima, Bawashi Geri. Nguyen checks it on the forearm. Comes forward now, does the champion. Outside leg kick from Nguyen. Matsushima, chin very low. Nguyen could try and pop him with an uppercut. Chin's hanging out there, thrusts out the jab. Overhand right from Matsushima. Outside leg kick, Matsushima. Nguyen probing with the lead hand. Matsushima shot in wide, but there was no rising knee as Nguyen predicted he would do. Although I do believe the opportunity is there, Mitch.
Yeah, he's coming forward. He kind of overextends on his double leg takedown. He gets really long, but what that's doing is it's giving him a little bit extra reach, so he's able to wrap the hands around the legs of Martin Nguyen as Martin Nguyen sprawls. But it does leave him open to attacks up the middle as well.
Fake there from Matsushima. Nguyen yet to really launch the heavy artillery. Matsushima has been the aggressor of the two. Some elbows now from Nguyen on the ground. Posts up on the left arm.
It's the way he shoots in for that takedown, the way he laces up the legs. Martin Nguyen's going to have to time that a little bit better and back up a little bit more as he starts to go battle royale and throw him over the top rope.
Let's go. You need to stay inside the ring. You need to stay inside the ring. Keep going.
Last one is stay inside the ring. World champion. Good sign of sportsmanship and a moment of honor there. Two-punch combination from Nguyen. Fakes there. Punt kick from Matsushima wasn't quite a Maigeri front kick. Again, that shin just dropped down low for a moment. I don't know why Matsushima does that necessarily. Shoots in for a low single Sakuraba style. The high knee! Overhand right from Nguyen, but he caught him with the high knee.
There's that knee off the double leg takedown. It was more of a, as Matsushima bounced off him, Martin Nguyen was able to time that knee, but that's a little bit of what he was looking for.
The world champion, Zhong Jinnan, in the house here in Manila, along with our many luminaries. Great to see Zhong Jinnan. Have a look at the knee here. On the get up. Boom. Just tucked it under the chin of Koyomi Matsushima.
You were talking about how he's keeping that chin a little bit too extended, a little bit too far out there. He's got to be a little bit tighter on those double leg takedowns, but he is snatching up that single leg very well. I like this, the changing of the stances coming from Matsushima, keeping Martin Nguyen on the balls of his feet, keeping him guessing. But as the match wears on, you slowly start to see the formulas kind of putting together as Martin Nguyen puts the puzzle pieces to get that knockout victory that he's expected. But Matsushima is doing a good job of mixing things up right now in the first round.
Second round of this main event brought to you by Grab. Martin Nguyen, defending champion, against Koyomi Matsushima for the featherweight championship of the world. Inside the sold-out Mall of Asia Arena in Manila, the Philippines. Up kick there from Matsushima.
But that's what he's looking for. He's looking to go straight into the body of Martin Nguyen. Good defense there from Martin Nguyen as he sprawled heavy on the Matsushima double leg.
Stiff Kyakuzuki punching from the Kyokushin Karateka. Nguyen fakes. Matsushima trying to cut an awkward angle on his way in, and Martin Nguyen just nods at him and says, yep, that was pretty cagey. Outside thigh kick from Nguyen. Jab to right hook from Nguyen. And since Martin Nguyen starting to up the power now. Flying knee from the Australian Vietnamese.
He was expecting a double leg on that one. Matsushima just thought better of it. Caught it on the chest there.
Sprawls out nicely to Nguyen. Had to watch out for the hook on the upcome.
I'd like to see Matsushima put a little bit more takedowns together rather than just shooting for one sprawl, which Martin Nguyen's kind of heavy sprawling out. Keep going with it. Dig for those single legs after Martin Nguyen pops back up to his knees. Keep trying to go up the middle with that rear push kick.
Nguyen edges forward. Is he going to set that overhand right that he's known for? The one that knocked out Falayan, the one that knocked out Gaffara. He's throwing the overhand right now. See if he goes down to the body.
He's starting to drop his hands a little bit, especially when he switches to southpaw. Looks like Martin's got that timing on that leg, on that sprawl down.
Ground and pound now from the champion.
Big shots landed from the champion as Matsushima gets that single leg.
Reverse elbows to the body. What's Matsushima looking for here, Mitch?
He's trying to suck in that right leg, pull that right leg into his chest. But Nguyen's got spectacular takedown defense. He might be able to take the back here as he grounds and pounds him.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Chooses to go for the knee ride. Nice little escape there from Martin Nguyen as Matsushima kept punching that single leg.
There's the overhand right from Nguyen. Almost timed it to perfection.
Matsushima's got to be careful with keeping those hands low, especially when he comes in for the exchange. He's kind of right in the middle of the pocket with his hands down.
Just in his stance, Mitch, he just tends to droop forward a lot with his chin. You see how far forward his chin is right there? The hands are low on Matsushima. Could spell danger for the Japanese challenger. That does not come from his Kyokushin background. Kyokushin, they're very straight up in their guard, in their stance. Sprawled out from Martin Nguyen. Oh, there's a nice hooking right hand from Nguyen. Then goes to the orbital. Matsushima forced to back off.
Nguyen's making him pay for these takedown attempts. Every time he misses a double leg, Martin Nguyen's landed a few punches in the sprawl.
Matsushima's hands are so low. Look how low they are. The chin is hanging out there. Will Nguyen catch it? Leg kick, body shot from Nguyen, rips it into the liver. Double jab. Nguyen wants to lock him in the corner, throw the heavy artillery. And Matsushima getting stuck now. Oh, there's the right hand smack bang! He tagged him! He tagged him! The big right hand from Martin Nguyen! And Matsushima's hurt!
Oh,
he's at a standstill!
How patient Nguyen is.
Matsushima's hurt. Nguyen, though, like you said, Mitch, showing patience. He knows that Matsushima's got many tricks. Here comes Nguyen. Backs off. Loops the right hand. Matsushima back against the ropes. Oh, he catches him with a hook. Matsushima taking some heavy blows.
Matsushima's got a chin, though. There's some big shots landed by Martin. He slept a lot more people with those shots. But
oh, cracking roundhouse kick. He tags him again. Matsushima in a whole world of hurt. Martin Nguyen teeing off like a golf course. Here he goes. He's battering away. He's battering away.
Might be it.
Is it going to be the end? Okay, Marty, let's go party. Martin Nguyen. Fantastic.
Wow, what a performance by the champ. Does it again in Manila, Philippines. What a tremendous performance from Martin Nguyen. Heard him, kept catching him, touching him on that chin, wobbled him with that big right hand. You can see Matsushima's knees kind of give out, and then Martin was very patient, calm, and collected.
Mitch, why was Matsushima? I picked it up in the first round, leaving the chin hanging out there, drooping so low in his stance. He was just right for the picking against a guy like Nguyen, who may have the best hand in all of one championship.
You said it, Michael, and that was the beginning of the end for him. Martin Nguyen kept touching him, and you cannot stand in front of Martin Nguyen like that and get hit with those shots.
Martin Nguyen, a superb performance, and put an absolute shellacking on Matsushima at the end. The jumping knee, and the finish came on the ground. Chandra Sitchatong there, congratulating the champion. on retaining the crown and doing so once again in highlight reel fashion, as he always seems to do. Incredible. All right, let's go to Tom Lau to make it all official.
To present the belt for this match, we have Head of Driver Engagement of Grab Philippines, Beth Chicote, and top performing Grab car driver, Jonathan Tadike. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Olivier Coste, has called a stop to this contest after 4 minutes and 40 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of technical knockout, and